Good evening, students. Today we are going to discuss an important concept in strategic management, Porter's five forces model. To say it in a nutshell, I can say it is an analytical model that helps marketers and business managers look at the balance of power in the market between different organizations on a global level and to analyze the attractiveness and potential profitability of an industry sector. It is a model or analysis which have been developed by Michael E. Porter, a professor of Harvard Business School in 1979. It have created a very big impact when he published this theory in the market, irrespective of industries, irrespective of countries, irrespective of cultures. This model have been widely accepted in university. As I said already, it is an analytical model. This automatically helps each and every business organization to understand and to look at the balance of power in the industry sector. So it have created, when he published this theory, it have created a very big impact in the market. And usually he came with five forces which determines the market structure, and it is to say about when a company enters into the market with this new product or enters into a new market. This model seems to be more comfortable in understanding the structure of the market. So let us start with the five forces what have been explained by Michael E. Porter. As I said, he have been contributing a lot to strategic management. That's the reason he have been called as the father of strategic management. We'll discuss one by one the forces of Porter's model, right? We'll start with threat of new entrants. That's the first force have been suggested by Michael E. Porter, threat of new entrants. I'm sure that after seeing this model, each and everyone can easily understand what it depicts, and by explaining it automatically you can also assess yourself that in what way if we start our business or we enter into a new business or if we enter into a new product, what things has to be considered to get success in our business. The first force suggested by Michael Porter is threat of new entrants. It is there may be a lot of threat from new people who is entering into the industry within the same industry. So you might have come with a unique product, and suddenly there will be a lot of people in the market with the same product and with certain type of strategy to overtake your business. So this is the first threat or first force depicted by Michael E. Porter for a business organization, threat of new entrants. So this is a very big threat for us. The second threat is threat of substitutes. Substitutes, alternative products. So there is a very big threat in the market or in the industry sector for the substitutes. A company who clone your product and try to overcome your market share with their either a least price strategy or some other strategy. So automatically this is a very big threat for each and every organization, threat of substitutes. And people have lot of opportunity, the customers have lot of opportunity to move on to those substitutes instead of your product. So that's a very big threat. The third force is bargaining power of the buyers. Bargaining power of the buyers. Buyers are the customers who are the king in the market. If they are not satisfied with your product or a service, they have a chance of moving to some other product or your competitive product. So keeping a momentum of buyers or customers with your product or service is most important for each and every organization. But the thing is, if they try to bargain the purchasing power, automatically the economies of scale will be a problem for us. We have to either decrease our price or come with a competitive price, or otherwise the loyal customer will move on to a new product who is all rolling in the market. So that's the third force as said by Porter. And the fourth force is bargaining power of the suppliers. The suppliers are termed as who are the vendors provide raw materials for our business. So if they tend to focus on bargaining of their price, automatically it's an obstacle for us. If they try to increase or raise their supply price, automatically we have to reflect it in the buyer's price, that is selling price. So there is a threat among these two categories. When there is a rise in the supplier price, we have a chance to increase our selling price, that automatically create impact of the bargaining power of the buyers, and there may be a chance of moving to substitutes or to new entrants, right? So we have to concentrate more on the suppliers bargaining power. And the last force is the rivalry among existing competitors. So when you enter into an industry or in a market, there will be a lot of competitors, maybe a big one or a smaller one. Each and every one are termed as a competitors. Whereas we have to think it of our own competitive advantage. In what way we have to differentiate ourselves from the other competitors. So we have to know about each and every move of the competitors within your area. What is the strategy? What is the size? What is the strength? What is their weakness? What is their opportunities? And what is their threats? If it not, we lose our business. Automatically our business will be in a decline stage. So this explanation about 5 forces of Porter's competitive analysis helps many business organization, whatever may be the nature of business, in a way to sustain in the business. I think you have understood the concepts of Porter's 5 forces model. In the next class, I'll just explain the plus and minus of Porter's 5 forces model, so that you will also be able to explain or ask questions regarding for what sector it may be most suitable and for which sector it will be less comfortable. Thank you, students. We'll meet again.